What's up, Cowboy Nation, Cowboy Headquarters, and America's team? And here we are. What's up, Wednesday? And here we are. I am joined by my main man, the man that multitasks and feed the dogs and fold laundry and feed the family and work at the same time. Is PR Cowboy. Give it up.
Got to do all that before I come on here, G, with you.
Hey, I got a woosaw. Before I come on, man. It done got to that point now. We got to go woosaw, man. So how you doing, brother? And how was the holidays?
Oh, it was good, man. It was good. Got to to try to enjoy it. After a stressful season, it was good to enjoy it with the family and stuff. And but then the stress free just only lasts so long. So you know how
Yeah.
it goes.
Yeah, the time with the family was a time that, we put everything aside and everything. But after that, it was like back to reality. And man, I tell you what, and before going any further, we got to give it up to our moderator and administrator of the Cowboy Huddle podcast. Let's give it up for Miss Fleabug. Give it up. What up, Fleabug? Happy New Year and happy 2025. How's everything? She's
She on
muted.
mute.
I'm sorry. Happy New Year, everybody. It's
Happy
good.
New Year, please.
It's good.
Yeah. Well, here we are. Here we are. We're going straight barbershop talk. Listen, we're going to be unfiltered today. Just letting people know it is what it is because, like the title said, Cowboy fans have had enough of Jerry. And I know it. She auto correct me, and I thought I changed that, but anyway, they don't even see that Fleabug, so we're going to worry about it. So let's keep it moving. First of all, let's give a big shout out to all our subscribers and all those that follow us. We give thanks for you guys holding it down this whole season with us, and it's been really really up and down roller coaster ride. Hello, there's Miss Roxanne. Give it up for Miss Roxanne. It's tonight. Roxanne, you don't have to put on your red light. One of my favorite songs. I'm just saying, one of my favorite songs. Come on now. I don't even know if Roxanne even knows that song. She
Oh
probably
yeah, she likes it every time you say that, G. So do it every time.
oh, so she. Oh, okay. Put on
Why
your
do you say
red
that,
light.
Pete? Oh my God, Pete.
Put
Why
on
do you
your red
say
light.
that?
Give it up for G. Okay, all right. So yeah, Roxanne is in house. Thank you, Roxanne. We really do appreciate you for taking our time and spending time with us. But again, this is straight unfiltered because we got a lot to get off our chest. We got to go back and do a recap of 2024 and get ready for 2025.
So did you see Roxanne said, please no?
She just playing. You keep on, G. You keep
Put
on.
on your
You
red light,
good.
Roxanne. No, I don't want to run nobody off. I'm sorry. But anyway, that's where I am today. My mind is, my mind, bro. My mind. I don't know if I'm coming and going, but I'm going we're gonna let it out today. And yeah, so again, we're gonna give a big shout out to all our subscribers and everybody that has been following us. Man, our numbers are growing. I guess evidently we're doing something right. PR Cowboy Fleabug, along with I got Chip Game Sports TV and Cowboys Champ. Hopefully they'll be on here as well, and all the other guests that comes on and supports us. So man, we just give a big shout out and big thank you to all. One more time.
Okay,
Okay,
you go behind the scenes because I'm gonna run the back.
say that again. Wait a minute, what?
I said I'm fixing to go to run the back.
No, you got to stay up here, girl. Where you going? We got to talk about this.
Okay.
So anyway, so let's go right into it, Fleabug. What we got going on? But did we get everybody comment?
Yes, we did.
Okay. So as you know, Zeke goes ring chasing. Yeah. So let's get into this. So Ian Rappaport reports that the Chargers are signing running back Zeke Elliott to their practice squad, source says, with the hope that the former Cowboys back get up to speed quickly. Okay. Also, with that being said, here's the words out of the guy, J.R. Ewing. Yeah, y'all know who J.R. Ewing is. So he says this, J.R. Ewing, which aka Jerry Jones, he says, out of respect of and appreciation for Zeke and wanted to provide him with an opportunity to pursue any potential playoff participation possible, we are releasing him from the Cowboys roster today. As I have said many times previously, Zeke's impact as one of the greatest to ever play with the star on their helmets will never change and is etched in our record books and history forever. We thank him, love him, and wish him absolute best. So, starting with you, PR Cowboy, did they do Zeke a favor, or was Zeke the smart man to get out?
I mean, Zeke was a smart man to get out because I don't see Jerry doing any favors. I mean, we're going to get more into some of the stuff that he doesn't do favors for people that in the past. So, yeah, Zeke was a smart man to get out. And Jerry, if you wanted Zeke to have a success, you should have built this team better to give him that opportunity this year. So,
Mm. And we're gonna start right there. We're gonna start right there because we're gonna dig this hole and we're gonna keep digging till we hit this pot of gold or something because it's a lot to we got a lot to take in. Fleabug, so what about this guy Zeke Elliott? Was he smart? Was he the smart one to leave, or did Jerry J.R. Ewing do him a favor?
Both. He did him a favor because they weren't playing him anyway. They weren't using him. And then I mean, I don't know if he's ring chasing at this point because he's on the practice squad.
No.
But I just think that they weren't playing him anyway, and it's good for him. It's a good thing for him.
Well, here's the how the thing how it's broken down. When you sign, that's the first thing they do. They bring you to the practice squad. They can't just bring you to the 53-man roster. I really think that he will find his way onto the field. And man, I'm hoping and praying. I'm hoping and praying that Harbaugh knows how to use this guy in short yardage and pass blocking just to keep him on the field. But so I see PR. I see him actually getting on the field at some time. I mean, what do you think? I mean, do you think he'll be a active piece to the team, or what are you thinking with Zeke being a part of the Los Angeles Charge?
yeah, I think you'll see, he's not going to see a lot of opportunity there either. They got J.K. Dobbins, they got Haskins, they got the other guy, the other running back. I know he was injured going into the playoffs, so I think they're kind of banking extra insurance if he can't go. Zeke will provide depth, but I think he'll get. I think you'll see some 1 yard opportunities there for him. Harbaugh's a smart guy, but Dobbins has had some injuries in the past also, so this is provides
Yeah,
insurance for their running back room as it's a smart move for them to just
yeah,
give that insurance.
yeah. I see him doing a lot more red zone,
Yeah.
getting more playing time at the red zone. Part of the game, something to that nature. Patrick Ryder got something to say. He said Jerry needs to get off his ass and spend some money this off season. Work around the damn cap. Give it up for Patrick Ryder, Firestorm. That's going to be hard to do. That's going to be hard to do, but it is what it is. But again, congratulations to Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, I know we're writing them off, and we're hearing all this bad talk about Zeke, man. But Zeke came in, man. He made a big contribution to the Dallas Cowboys, and people can say what they want, but he gave us everything he had. You remember Cam Chancellor? Remember
Yeah.
that matchup? I mean, we've seen this guy do some major things with this organization. So I'm
Yeah.
not going to just criticize him because he did help us to get where we got in the
No.
past. So big shout out to Zeke and congratulations to him as his move on to a new chapter.
Yeah.
All right, Fleetwood, what we got next? We got something else next. What we got? Oh, what the what? Wait a minute. What?
Oh,
Come on, y'all. Are y'all serious? What are we doing here, y'all? So, Fleabug, you don't want the guy.
not at
You
all.
don't want the guy. You didn't sign him to a contract. You hadn't said anything to the guy. Here we are again, last minute, again, waiting around. Not one coach on this team is under any type of contract. Fleabug, I asked you, who is tending to our football team?
I mean, right now it doesn't matter. But I just and you keep saying or you're saying that I he was denied an interview by the Cowboys. I don't know why. I don't I
Well, make it
because
make sense.
they're
Make
not
make it
saying they're
make it
keeping him.
make it make sense. Make it make sense, please. One
It,
way
it
or the other.
doesn't. It doesn't make sense because they're not saying they're keeping him, but they're not saying they're letting him go. They're not saying anything actually. I mean, Jerry Jones, the people that are in the position to say yes, he's going to get a contract. They're not saying anything. Jerry Jones and his son are not saying anything. They're not saying they're keeping him. They're not saying they're letting him go. But at this point, they should have let him interview. I
But
think.
that's my point exactly. If
Yeah.
you haven't done a thing with this guy,
Yeah.
this guy is hanging around all the way to the last game till the clock struck zero. And here we are. A team is asking for permission to talk to Mike McCarthy. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Jerry Jones did an interview and saying something. If he want to talk, let him talk.
But
As
this,
if he wants to go talk to other organizations, but then at the same time, when Bears ask about him, PR they turn around and deny the organization to interview him. What are we doing here, bro? Help me out. I'm confused.
I think that's a
It's
control
it's
thing for
it's
Jerry
it's
Jones.
it's not a surprise. It's last year's off season all over again. It's only starting earlier this time because once again we're the last team to decide if we're going to move on from our coach or keep our coach. The Raiders decided yesterday what they were going to do. That was the last, you know, guy that was in limbo that they didn't know, and they figured out, hey, we're going to move in a different direction. And once again, Jerry wanting to keep this drama show alive, and it's the same old story. And here we are. We were out of the playoff chase 3 weeks ago. You should know this. And we said this before we took our break, Christmas break. We said we want a decision Monday, Tuesday morning. We want a decision on, hey, we're keeping this guy
Yeah.
so you can start. If you're keeping the guy, whatever changes you're gonna make, new offense coordinator, we need to get the ball rolling now. And if you remember, it's almost to what happened with Garrett, right? Garrett ended
Right.
his contract, and it was just, oh, they were still coming to the building, doing their things, and nobody knew if they had jobs or not.
This is yeah. This like what Fleetwood you just said. What it is. It's control. This
Because
man.
as of January the 14th, he can interview with anybody because his
Yeah,
contract will officially be over.
yeah.
So
But
it
this
doesn't
is the
matter what
thing.
they
You're
say.
hindering other teams, though. You're hindering other teams. What are you waiting on? What is it that you're
He's
waiting
not.
on, Jerry
It's a
Jones?
control
I
thing.
mean,
It's a control thing.
it,
And
it,
at
it,
this
it
point,
is.
it makes you really wonder, are they going to keep him because they didn't let him interview?
See, I don't think Jerry was expecting any team to reach out to Mike McCarthy so fast. See, this guy,
Yeah.
he always want to have a leg up on everything, but and when somebody trumps him, or no pun intended, but when someone trumps him or whatever, he has to do something other to get back on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, let me read this here when we talk about this. So basically says Adam Scheffner says the Dallas Cowboys denied permission to the Chicago Bears to interview their head coach Mike McCarthy. Now, it was also reported said there are several potential reason why Jerry Jones would not grant the permission, and several potentials come outcomes to the next week. For one, Dallas isn't obligated to play nice with any other team. Sure, it would seems to be the moral thing to do if they weren't interested in retaining Mike McCarthy and letting his contract expire. But professional sport doesn't require friendliness. So, what are we doing? Give it up, Cowboy Champs. Cowboy Champs in the house. Give it up, y'all. What's up, my guy?
Let me take my Bluetooth off. I got to get it out.
Okay. So what are we doing? What are we doing here, PR Cowboy?
How y'all doing?
What's up, Cowboy Chat? You hear me?
What's up, man?
Yeah. I like I said, it's Jerry just he's waiting around again, just waiting games, just you know what I'm saying? There's no guarantee of what he's gonna do. He's gonna keep them or he's gonna release them. There's still no guarantee of what he's gonna do. Just because they denied the Bears, just because he denied the Bears doesn't mean we're gonna I don't think it's 100% we're gonna keep him still. But like I told you before, G, and I've stated this, like I'm not going to be mad either way. The reason I'm upset is because this decision is not made already. This is why.
Right.
This is what's upsetting. It's same thing as what upset us last offseason when we were not involved in free agency early, when we were not involved in getting contracts done early in the offseason. This is the upsetting part. Is not knowing what we're doing already.
And again, what do you think, Fleabug?
Well, okay. So Patrick is saying if Coach Mike McCarthy leaves, look for Jerry to bring in John Gurdon. He's got to hit. He's got to hit a home run if Mike McCarthy leaves. So basically, I just feel like Sunday when he did his interview, Jerry Jones, he kind of made it seem like he's leaning toward the deal with him, kind of. But I just think that I don't want him. I don't want Mike McCarthy to come back. But that's just me personally. I mean, at this
And
point,
it's okay to think that
just
way.
try somebody else. I mean, just get another coach, and I don't know. It really feels. I really feel like no matter who we get, because he's going to pick somebody that is going to be a yes person. It doesn't matter who we get, unless once they get here, that he thinks that they're a yes person and they actually turn out to be a Jimmy Johnson. That would be the awesomest thing in the world. Is if he thinks he's getting a yes person and then they turn around and say he can kiss my and start doing the Jimmy Johnson crap. That would be awesome. That's how I feel.
So, Cowboys Champ, man, I know you just now jumping in on us, but we talked about a few things. But right now we're talking about the reason why Jerry Jones denied the Bears an interview. So what's your take, brother?
For one, Jerry's ego. Remember what he said Sunday. If anybody do not want to be with the Cowboys, they can go. You remember that?
Yeah.
Now,
Well, who was he
Bears-
referring that to? Who was he referring that to? Was it Mike McCarthy or was it Zeke Elliott? Now that's where I was kind of confused.
I mean, I'm thinking maybe who knows, man? Who knows? And that's the delusion of mind of his.
Right.
But the fact remains that the Bears offered asked Cowboys to have an interview with Mike McCarthy. See, the deal is McCarthy contract ends on the 11th. So, asking that, it don't matter. Just wait till the 11th. They interview him. To be honest, I want every coach that's on this roster who got a 1-year deal, I want them to give Jerry the middle finger, apply for other jobs. To tell Jerry, the Cowboys used to be a luxurious job to have, but by you and your son just kissing out over the organization, F you, F Steven, F McClay. And the fact that this culture that they put on this, this Cowboys are the worst run organization there is right now in the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that, the only way, this is what I hope will happen. That when the Cowboys go down trying to find the coach, that they literally going to have to put their in their mouth, overpay a good head coach to come in here and like Fleabug said, let that person be a Jimmy Johnson or a Bill Parcells type of coach. Tell Jerry Jones and Steven, hey, if you don't want me to run this, you know where the sun don't shine. If any player try to go over that coach, let any GM and Cowboy stay out of the way. Let this coach run the team like he should. Because that's the problem with the players, with the coach that Jerry Jones had. Because when the coaches try to, when they put a player down, like sit them down, because they're not either training right or they're not studying, they go to Papa Jerry and go over their coach, just like what Zeke. We seen like what Zeke did.
Not good.
Like when Zeke come out, I'm not getting no carries, and when he did, he only got 21 carries with 30 some yards, maybe 40.
Yeah.
I mean, that has to stop.
Yeah, and we're going to get into that a little bit. We're going to get a little bit into more into this Cowboys champ, but today he is fired Jerry, the GM. Give it up. So, and we're gonna get into more depth of this, but I'm trying to figure out, you know, what was the whole purpose of talking the shit that you was talking, but then at the same time, when somebody comes and asks for an interview, you deny him. But that's a power trip. That's what it is. It's a power trip, in which we know that. But we're gonna get a little bit more in depth, a little bit further into this organization. So. Before we do that, let's go into the who is that Cowboy hater worst run in all of sports. Okay, give it up. And you're so right. This kind of remind me of 2020, if not worse. PR Cowboy, when we gave up 273 yards in one season. I mean, we got 273 points. Yeah. 273 points, Flea Buzz, not yards, points. What was his name? That defensive coordinator,
Mike Nolan.
North something. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Mike Nolan.
It was North something.
Mike Nolan.
Yeah.
Are we ready to go to the next thingy?
Yeah, let's. So, if you guys didn't know, like Cowboy hater Hunter said, worst run ever. It was so bad that we have one effing player going to the Pro Bowl.
Is that right though? I thought it was more.
It's right. I'm finna read it to you.
Okay.
Y'all know I'm on one. I'm just high side. Y'all know I'm high side. So this year,
actually, are you sure?
Girl, I'm finna read it to you right here.
Okay, because I thought we had 5, and maybe I'm wrong.
It ain't 5. 5 of them on injury reserve. 5 on injury.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm hyped up. This
Maybe
year,
I'm reading something wrong.
This is I'm finna read it to you right here. It says this year only one Cowboy player meets that criteria. Cavante Turpin was chosen as the players of all-pro team kick return. You see what I'm saying? Turpin led the league with 904 return yards and 33.5 average was top. And anyway, so yeah, that's what we are.
Read the first thing that you said. Go back and read what you said.
This was just giving up what I say. This year, only one Cowboy player meets the criterion.
Meets the criteria, but I think it's actually more than one player more than one Cowboy player in the.
Let's find out. Let me see. I don't see nobody else.
I think it's actually 5.
Okay, well, find that for a minute so we can know what that 5 is.
Cowboys landed 5 players on the NFC Pro Bowl roster, including 2 from special teams.
And who else is on there?
It says kicker Brandon Aubrey, return specialist Cavante Turpin are returning to the Pro Bowl, along with defensive end Micah Parsons, wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, and guy Tyler Smith.
Just reported this. Well, let me pull this. Wait a minute. Who is this? Let me give him one of these.
And then of the DallasCowboys.com, it also says that they landed 5 players.
Okay, well, this, you know what? That's my fault. I should have looked, because you know what? This is by USA. This is by USA Today. What the crap?
I
Say that
hated to
again.
I said I hated to correct you, but
No,
I
no,
was,
no. Hey, listen. That's what this is not main media. Yeah. This is live stream. How about that? Give it up. So we gonna make mistake. We doing straight barbershop talk today. But anyway, yeah. So hold on. Cowboy Hunter said something. What he say? I was saying the worst run organization in all sport.
yeah,
Well, yeah, both worst
but
run season, worst run organization. He has something else to say. Bring that other one up. We have 5 Pro Bowl. Okay, but only Toprin are deserving. I was, you know.
yeah,
No. We ain't nobody glazing Michael, man. Michael is no man. I never do that. Oh, is he saying glazing that we hyping him up, or what? What does that mean? What does that mean, PR? What am I missing?
he says there. I was
Stop glazing Mike.
I
Also,
was I
yes,
don't know.
he
I don't know.
did.
We blazing them up. Look, hey,
okay,
as
you need
much
to tell
stuff,
us what you
as
mean by
much,
that, Cowboys hater.
as much, we've talked about Micah, and I've been one of those ones to say like we should trade him and stuff like that. Like Micah came on second half of the season. He did really good, but it was still like I get it, but you got to look at how the roster's constructed. It's like we talk about Dak not having weapons and not being able to do the things today. It's the same thing on the defensive side of the ball because if there's not somebody to take that pressure off of Micah, let him do what he can do. And when you see them go up against the Eagles and he just gets manhandled and there's nobody else stepping up, it's the same concept, guys. It's like you have to put players around your stars to, help these guys out.
Yeah, and with that being said, also you need some good coaching as well. I would think, because I mean this offense. I'm sorry, it was atrocious this year, guys. I mean, and I understand what you're saying as far as the play, because I agree with you, PR Cowboys. I really think that we had enough on this team to win more games. I really do. I
Yeah,
really
but like
do.
you said, like you see us when you saw our defense play well against the lesser teams, right? And then when you face the Eagles with their all-pro offensive line, there was just you could even
Yeah.
though you could say they had the backup quarterback, or whatever. That offensive line handled our defensive line. You saw who was better, and that's plain and simple. And like I
Right.
said, it's just whatever. Say what you want to say about the coaching, all that stuff. Like I said, I mean, our offense was just ranked number 5 last year.
Yeah.
like how we were ranked 19th this year. Like we
Yeah.
just it's just crazy. Like I just don't believe the guy forgot how to coach in a year. It's just like how is that? You know?
I don't. I mean, and this is the thing. Cowboys champ. It's called fighting through the adversities, man. I mean, this is the game. You have to make adjustments. You have to do what's needed in order to overcome the obstacles. And for whatever reason, it just seems that Mike McCarthy wasn't able to do that. So, like PR Cowboy saying, what changes in one season like it did?
For me, I think the fact that the Cowboys did not replace Pollard or Zeke, a young Zeke. Oh, give me 1 second, okay? Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. Like you said, it was mismanaging of replacing players. I believe, of your roster. We let go of Zeke because we thought Tony would be the next guy to take over, which he had a solid season in absence of Zeke. But during that season, we knew we still needed another guy to go along with him to help him out. We knew that going into the season, right? We thought he was better as a 1-2 punch. We thought he could handle some more of the load, but we wanted somebody to go along with him. Then you go on knowing you're not going to probably re-sign him next year, and you just you did nothing. You did nothing to replace the guy, and then you
Right.
counted on 2 young offensive rookies to to help rebuild your old line in a year overnight, as if you want to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till everybody else get back on. I have an audio by this one content creator, Jeff Kavanaugh. He had something that he had to say. But once everybody get back on, I'll share that. But while we wait, let's get into this. So we saw we saw that Trey Lance was given the opportunity to play the last game, and yeah, and our guy Cooper Rush was denied to play the last game. So this is a conspiracy right here, PR Cowboy.
Yeah.
This is this straight up conspiracy when you know you got a backup quarterback that has an opportunity to receive some extra loot.
Yeah.
And you intentionally bench him. Now he said he didn't know, but come on, PR Cowboy, this is the general manager.
And gee, haven't we heard stories like this from Des Bryant in the Romo days? Haven't we heard stories of stuff of
Yes.
similar things going on?
Yes.
So come on, man, come on. Like you're not gonna like if the whole Des thing never happened and you want to try to squeak this under, nah, you're not gonna get away with this, Jerry. Come on, man. There's no way.
This is bananas, man. I mean, you know, I see both of these guys just saying, you know what, I'm out of here. I've had enough of the Cowboys because basically that was just terrible how you did Cooper Rush, but at the same time it was terrible that you waited till the last game to allow Trey Lance to actually showcase his talent. One game. So, you know, and this is where we have to ask ourselves, man, you know, what will happen to these backup quarterbacks? I mean, with that being said, what did you see when you saw Trey Lance on the field? How did you feel, and what was your take on his play on that Sunday?
Look, it didn't. Once again, it didn't wow me. There was nothing there that said, "Oh, this wowed me." Now, you know, there's still decision making deals there. Like I said, he doesn't get a lot of playing time. We saw earlier on the year when Cooper, his first couple of starts was slow, and then Cooper got it going, right? So who knows with more reps if he would get it going? We don't really know. But like I said, he did okay. Like I said, he did decent for me. Not, like I said, nothing to move the needle. But like you said, going forward, I think Cooper can find him a deal anywhere else he wants to go. I think lots of teams will be in pursuit for him. And I find him, after what Jerry did to me, I'm like, peace. As I'm Cooper, I'm out. Yeah.
So, Cowboy Champ, this is the question.
Okay. I just want to finish that statement about why I think that McCarthy, what happened from last year to this year. For one, like I said, remember McCarthy said they were going to run the ball? Remember he said, I want to run the ball to keep the defense from being tired? He reneged on that promise. So you remember the first 8 games, they had Dak being Air Prescott, passing the ball everywhere. They was 3-5. When Cooper came in, they put a tighter leash on them by running the ball. They said that couldn't bring in the running backs because it's the system. BS. You saw what Rico Dowell did. Matter of fact, Rico Dowell and Potter had the same yards this year. Half the time. So you can't tell me that did not work. And just imagine if they would have used that same energy, put a tight rope on Cooper Rush, on Dak, we might not be talking about how bad the organization is. They might have salvaged it, but they didn't.
Let me, because there's quite a few comments, man. I gotta get. It's my fault. I didn't get a chance to. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Okay, I didn't get a chance to bring everybody up, so let me get into this. Hold on, we got to go. Hold on, moderator, because I don't know. We got a whole bunch that we're missing. So let's get into some of these comments, because I see a bunch and look like we got.
We haven't missed any.
No, I hadn't seen these, but anyway,
Okay.
so let's. I am tired of Jerry Jones bullshit. Give it up. Yeah. All in is what our Rangers did. Jerry just be saying BS. So true. Jerry put a cap on that boy overtime pay. Yeah, for real. Yeah. But that there's Charles Miller. What Charles Miller has he got something down there. The last 5, 6 quarterbacks were all the same. Yeah. And this is the thing. Let's get into this when we talk about the last 5. Yeah, the last 13 quarterbacks all been the damn same. Ain't nothing. None of them done anything. The last time we have had a first round draft pick that actually played was 1989. Troy Aikman.
Oh, Lord.
How hard is it to realize this is what we need? You need and this is what I'm saying right now, guys. We're at the point, and I understand we got to get an offensive tackle. We need to get an offensive guard. We need to get a defense tackle. We need to get a defense. This year, we need to draft skill players. Skill players. We need some skill players. I mean, guys, all this 5th and 6th round running backs and receivers. No, we got to take some time to at least go in this 1st or 2nd round and bring in some skill players. Just my opinion. That's what I don't know. You guys, y'all let me know. Do you go take a skill player in the 1st or 2nd round, or do you go back to fight? We got to find another tackle. Hell, we just brought in a tackle, and we had to bench him. We just brought in, and I told PR Cowboy, I said, man, I just don't know about being able to bring in a right tackle and moving him to the left tackle. And people say, oh, well, it's going to be. No, it's not that easy. We had to bench our 1st round draft pick simply because he could not pick up the technique. And I don't blame him. For whoever said that it's easy to move your right tackle to left tackle, you know what? They're delusional. And come to find out also, I just found out that, did you know that the Cowboys running back coach didn't even play football?
Okay, are you on one or are you on one tonight?
Did y'all know that the running back coach for the Dallas Cowboys never played football?
Okay,
Is he Jerry Jones' nephew, G, or what?
but seriously,
Was that Jerry Jones Jr.?
But I have a question. So are you saying, and I'm just asking, this is just me asking. So you're saying for somebody to be a good coach, they would have had to play football?
Come on now. You just can't I can't go and be a great chess player if I've never played chess. Whoa, wait. I'm just saying. I mean, you got to be some type of professional in what you do. I'm not going to go hire somebody that never put a roof on a house to put a roof on my house.
Okay, but that's totally okay. Hold on now. And let me just I'm gonna be quiet. Let me hit my music.
Who's the running back coach?
Are you gonna do that? Say that again.
I'm gonna hit. I just said I'm gonna hit the mute button. Let's go to the next comment. Okay.
Come on with it. Come on, y'all bring. Hey, Cooper, lucky he has a job. Get real, man. Okay. But I still think Cooper Rush did a lot better than a lot of backup quarterbacks out there. Do y'all agree?
We know, and we've seen Cooper do well for us before in the backup role. We've seen him play well. We know what he is and what he's not. And like I said, I think just the same reason. Whatever everybody thinks about McCarthy is why other teams are still going to be interested in these guys. Because look, in our fan base, we want Super Bowls, right? We want playoff success, Super Bowls. That's what we want. So you can see why, like the Bears or the Jaguars are going to be interested in McCarthy because of the 12-5 season. That's fine for them, right? Going 12-5 and having winning seasons and just getting to the postseason. So that's fine for them, but for us, it's more. So that's where that little topic of where McCarthy should go and stay is coming. And I'm seeing more want McCarthy gone. Like I said, I'm more of I don't care if he stays or go because it's still going to fall on what Jerry's going to do with the rest of the roster and the rest of the coaching staff as well.
Okay, now what you just said, I have to show this next comment. This is the last comment, and this is a really good comment. He says Jerry Jones, he says Jerry knows the fans are too loyal and delusional. That's why he keeps doing the same shit. And I believe that. I
Give it
really
up to
believe
be
that.
real minds.
I mean,
Well,
like you said, we all won the Super
look at,
Bowl, but
but
is
I'm
that
gonna tell you
realistic?
something. I think the fans have had enough. I really do. This is one time that I think the fans. I think everybody's in agreement as far as we see the BS. We see what Jerry's doing now, and we're gonna get into that. But and I'm gonna get further in that. But so uh Cowboys champ, what were your thoughts of Trey Lance before we get into this audio? I got an audio I want you guys to hear as well after this. What do you think about Trey
Man,
Lance
okay.
play on Sunday?
Oh man, this kid, he still need lots of work. He still needs lots of reps. Cowboys, the Cowboys had no business not playing him throughout the season. You could have been playing him 8 weeks ago, but no, they did not do that. Instead, they want to use Cooper Rush, and, and really, maybe if this kid would have had caught light in the bottle, maybe people would say, "Hey, that's our new quarterback." But with the Dacaronis, they going to complain. The ones out there, they were like, "No, that is the man. That without him, we'll make to the Super Bowl." Nah, I would be honest. I would have let that go. I would have Trey Lance. Let's see what you got, kid. Then from there, my decision was to be if we draft a quarterback for next year or not. But Jerry Jones, the idiot GM, took that option away from us. Man, 'cause I still say Trey Lance has a higher ceiling than Dak. Dak, he averaging down the mountain right.
And you know what? And let me say this here. This is my thought on Trey Lance. What I saw, man. I saw excitement. I saw the electricity. I saw something that we hadn't seen. We saw, and I understand this guy has been held hostage for the last 2 seasons, and people can say what they want to say. And it was dead wrong for Jerry to do what he did. And I understand people say, well, he's just not ready. Well, why did we waste the draft pick to go get this kid to do absolutely nothing with him?
The same reason we just traded for Mingo.
Another draft pick. And we're going to get into this, how all this comes about, because there's some folks in position that's just ruining this whole damn thing. But let me say this here. But when I looked at Trey Lance, they ran the RPOs. We saw the slant routes. We saw the crossing routes. And I'm like, Mike McCarthy, where was this type of offense early in the season? Now, again, I would have felt better if we didn't pay Dak and allowed Dak to wait until this end of this season, because basically Dak wins. Dak done got his contract on it while he was injured. And I know Jerry Jones is eating crow right now, and he's pretty highly pissed right now. But at the same time, if Jerry would have just waited, he would have won. And then I was saying, okay, knowing that he injured himself, Dak, it's been real. But with that, Dak's stock dropped. With that injury, his stock dropped. It dropped. You just paid $240 million for an injured quarterback. But
Well,
anyway,
he actually got the contract before he was injured.
Yeah, but that's what.
Yeah, he did. But I'm saying he could have played out to the end of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got the contract before he was even injured. And you didn't even know what you're going to get. So what I'm saying is, if we would have played I would have felt a lot better knowing that Trey played this last game, even though it was one game. But at the same time, knowing, well, that's something to look forward to. Because right now, Dak is going to be one-dimensional. Dak will not run again. He will not run again. Because he's in fear of doing the same thing again. because I'm looking at Jaden Daniels, hit another young quarterback. This is where we're going, guys. But again, we'll see what we get from we'll see what we get from Dak. That's just my opinion. That's just my thought on what I saw. But yeah, I thought Trey did okay. We knew he was gonna miss some passes. We knew he was going to overthrow, short throw, and things like that. But that's the lack of repetition. Okay, so anyway, all right, we got another some comments down there. What we got? Our GM should quit. He has a 6th-round quarterback. He is paying $240 million and not getting the job done. Actually, a 4th round, but yeah, it's just I don't know. I just couldn't spend $240 million on a car and it doesn't work.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing about it is, man, it's just this is a subject that's just always like it's like let's say Lamar goes out this weekend and loses in the first round again. Does he fall under that boat?
Oh
First
my!
round quarterback. Let's say Josh Allen goes out and doesn't pulls a dud. Does he fall under that same boat? You know, it's you have to hit lightning in a bottle to get this thing right, pretty much nowadays. Because everybody's Jaden Daniels has looked good his rookie year, but what if he never wins nothing? Then we're gonna look back at this. Well, should he be? You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna this thing will never stop going. You could look at Sam Darnold in Minnesota. Do they keep him? You know, even though if he doesn't get to a Super Bowl, this thing goes round and round because in our lifetime, G, how many quarterbacks have we actually seen win Super Bowls? Three.
Well, we think
I mean,
Tom Brady.
I'm talking about just if you go, it's Patrick, Tom Brady, Nick Foles, last three. Those three, and then before that it was Tom Brady winning all those.
Right.
So that means 28, 29 other teams are getting it wrong.
I
Well,
just really wish they would have given Trey Lance a more. I mean, what would we have lost? I mean, especially the games
No,
where, I mean, could we have lost considering how many games we won this season, how many games we lost? What would it have hurt?
no,
And to
you're
me,
right.
I would have been pissed at being Trey Lance to even be put in on this last game.
You're right
Because
because they're
to me,
both
that
free
was a slap
agents.
in the face. My thing
Yeah.
is, we already know what Cooper Rush can do. He's been around. He's replaced Dak before. Why couldn't we have put Trey Lance in at least 2 or 3 games prior
Yeah.
to the one Sunday? I mean,
Yeah.
what could it have hurt? Nothing. Not a doggone thing. And
right.
I have always said since they signed Dak Prescott this season, why did we not wait till the end of the season? That to me, that is
Pressure.
the biggest shot in the foot and the biggest thing that's going to bite us in our ass come the draft. It is because he has all this money locked up into him. He's not trade. He's not going to get traded. Nobody's going to pick up his contract. So we're at this point we're stuck. Or what are you going to do? You're just going to sit him on the say we do draft a quarterback.
No, it ain't
You're
gonna
going to sit a $240 million man on the sidelines? Bullshit. You're not.
happen.
You're not.
Yeah.
It would be nice if they did, if we got somebody who could do something, but do you really think they're going to sit a $240 million man on the sidelines?
Flea bug. They said $100 million a man on the sideline. And
Okay.
that's why. And I'm just saying that this is the reason they didn't want to trade a play. See, when Tony Romo went down, Jerry said, "Go get that 4th-round draft pick quarterback just to get us through this game." What did Dak do? Dak went out there and played lights out.
And see, I really feel like, everybody keeps saying they keep bringing up how he did in preseason. But I really feel like if they'd have given that boy at least 2 or 3 more games, he probably would
Yeah, he
have.
needs the reps. He
Yeah.
needed the reps, but
Yeah.
I don't think they didn't want it. They've already been embarrassed with the Tony Romo deal, and Romo had to sit on the sideline and hold a clipboard because the fans wanted Dak. We wanted Dak. Man, wow, this guy running
Well, my thing
RPOs and
is, so that goes back to the point that Jerry Jones could give a rat's ass if we get
But
another Super Bowl.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think he
Exactly.
cares. I don't really
Yeah.
think he wants who he wants, and Dak is who he wanted. So that he wasn't trying to give Trey Lance a chance. I just feel like he wasn't trying to give him a chance on purpose.
Mm,
And
mm.
you
Hey,
couldn't even thought about it like right when we're officially eliminated from the playoffs. We had 3 more weeks to go. You could have started him the last 3 weeks when you did
That's
you
could
want to
true.
have.
do that?
You could have.
Because he what but my thing is why didn't he? There's no
Because
reason for him not
Jerry
to.
is
He maybe
dirty.
he was afraid.
Jerry is dirty. He sat there and every other team out there allowed these players to get their incentives, and to that nature. Everybody they drew up a play. They drew up a play for Mike Evans to get 5 yards that he may get paid. And what did Jerry Jones do? Instead of letting this man get his $250,000, you sit him on the sideline.
Mhm.
So again, that's just where we are. Hey, everybody, hold tight. I've got to do a channel identification. Hold tight, everybody. Hold on. Let's get into some more of them comments real quick because I know we got a few of them up there, and then we're gonna go in right into this audio. We got to get into this audio by Jeff Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh. Oh, Cowboy hater herder DC4L said Trey Lance, high throws, short throws, and will run until he gets broken up. You must think Dak is the only QB to get hurt running the ball. Well, Lamar Jackson runs the ball. Okay. Josh Allen runs the ball. Nobody's talking about those guys running the ball. Jalen Hurts running the ball. It's part of football. These defensive linemen are running 4.5s and 4.4s. You can't be that in the pocket quarterback like they used to. The Tom Brady's are not there anymore. The Peyton Mannings are not there anymore. If you don't have some type of wheels, you're going to get sacked. Or the IQ of Tom Brady or Peyton Manning at least. But you cannot sit in that pocket like that anymore. Look at Jaden Daniels. The kid is running. See, this is the thing what we fail to realize. The game has evolved. And our guy Mike McCarthy is still playing this old school football, in which is basically outdated. Okay? I mean, that's just where I'm looking at it. So, yeah, I mean, I don't PL Cameron, I don't think we have to worry about Dak running again.
No, no, it's not going to happen. And but here's the thing: when we say these things like this, G, we say the game's evolved and these coaches outdated, but we keep saying we want a guy like Jimmy Johnson. If the game's outdated, we don't want a guy like Jimmy
No, no, no.
Johnson.
Well, it's not that you don't want a guy like Jimmy Johnson, but bring the accountability to the
Oh
game.
yeah,
That's
I
going to.
get that.
Here's
But
the thing. I've been to the training camps, bro. You go to the Cowboys training camp, it's like two hand touch.
no, yeah, no, I get
Dan
that.
Campbell. Dan Campbell has a video out there, and he was talking to his players, and he said, "I know you players are looking at me like I'm crazy." He said, "But if I don't get you prepared and get you in these pads and get you to touching one another, I have failed you." This is what Dan Campbell is a product. He's a product of that type of football. So we're not talking
Yeah.
about Jimmy Johnson as far as the coaching and plays, but as far as the structure of the team. I mean, what do you think, Cowboy Champ?
Man, I, man, I love how Dan Campbell used his persona and remake Detroit. That's what the Cowboys need. A head coach like that. Have the coach, I mean, we said the team across from us, we're going to punch them right in the nose, and all they're going to do is lay down and like it. What we got the past several years? A
Passive.
weak-minded head coach. Very weak-minded head coach. Because of they don't want to hurt Jerry Jones' ego. That's why this Cowboys team is soft. And yeah, I know a lot of people criticize Dan Campbell on some of his decision making, but you see, they are 14-2 for. I'm sorry, 15-2 for a reason. They got the
Yeah.
number one seed in the NFC for a reason. You see what they did to Minnesota. I mean, they make teams play that way. They do. They don't have that. That's what I want for this team. I'm not. I'm actually which have every chance I get right now. But this the passion that we want
You,
our head coach
Cowboys champ,
to be.
you,
Not that.
you chopping
Huh?
up. You chop your sound is choppy.
Okay.
Yeah. We
Okay.
can
What about
hear
now?
you, but we're
Okay.
missing a lot of what you're saying.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want that. The weak persona that the Cowboys been having for the past several years. I want that Dan Campbell type head coach. That's the team that's going to run through the wall for. That's what we've been missing. If people on this panel, that's what we used to with Jimmy Johnson and
Well,
Bill Parcells.
Tom Landry. He was
Tom
that type of
Landry,
coach.
yes. What we've been having is a bunch of yes men. In the knee, kiss Jerry Ring.
Yeah.
I'm sick of
Yeah.
that.
So true. So true. Let's get into some of the comments. What about Bill Belichick? What about him? Yeah, he's one of those no nonsense. He didn't he didn't take shit from nobody. And I think he had several players say if you early, you're late. You got fined if you wasn't, again, and we saw the results. But I'm just saying, look at the past coaches we've had. And again, PL Capital, I'm not saying that the same type of coach play style because we know that's not gonna work. But if you look at Mike Zimmer and his defense. And we gave him hell in the beginning, but what he said is these are not even my players. I got to do a makeshift. And he even said in his interview, I wish I would have done what I needed to do instead of have to blend. But the man, he got over to the players to where basically you didn't see all those penalties coming from the defensive side of the ball. They was coming from the offensive side of the ball. That's because the lack of accountability. I mean, God dang, Tyler Guyton, man, get your act together. Somebody get in his face. Hey, Terrence Steele, hold your man. So it's just things like that, man. But again, that's just what that is, man. I mean, we all have our different opinion about it, but again, we'll just have to see what that holds. But what you got any rebuttal on that PR card? What you got?
No, yeah, and like I said, is I get what you're saying, but I think the difference you see with those guys is not just the way they, like you said, they hold accountability, but they have that relationship with the players. Like, you see McVay jumping up, giving this guy a chest bump on the sideline. You get these energetic guys, but it's still the Andy Reid winning the Super Bowl. So it's still Steve Spagnuolo, the old school coach, winning the championship.
And that's so true. But again, I'm telling you, bro, Mike McCarthy. I'm telling you, just go to one of the damn training camps. I'm like, what are we doing?
No, yeah, no,
It's
I've
two
seen
hand
it, and
touch because Mike McCarthy runs this what it's called a GPS navigation type practice, and it's to practice to not get hurt.
but
What do you mean?
wasn't it his first year that he got fined for too many padded practice?
Probably was.
I think
Probably
it was
was,
his
but
first year that he
whatever it
got
is,
fined for
whatever
that.
he's doing is it's not working.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, and like you said, I just me personally, I just think it's a personnel issue. I don't
yeah,
think, and if I'm Mike, like I said, if I'm Mike McCarthy, I don't even want to be part of this. I want to go interview somewhere else and go somewhere else
yeah,
as well.
facts.
So like Cowboys champ said it best. If I'm everybody, like, hey, I don't want no part of this, Jerry. All the coaches, whoever's on free agency, I don't want no part of this. I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Yeah. So real quick, I got to get into this. I got to get into this, guys, real quick. I want you guys to hear this again. This is yeah. Bring up that title for me. The hay is in the barn, guys. Wait a minute. This is ridiculous, man. I mean, I don't know what other team that you got to listen to the owner so much, but this is Jeff Kavanaugh talking about what Jerry was talking about, this hay in the barn. I mean, just like the ambiguity. Everything that Jerry says is ambiguity. But let's take a listen to what Jeff Kavanaugh. These credits go out to Jeff Kavanaugh on his podcast show as well. But this is what he had to say about Jerry Jones and this hay in the barn stuff. Check it out.
And I promise you, every sports show in America started with the hay is in the barn. What does Jerry Jones mean? And now you told us the hay is in the barn, which means you know what you're doing. But now you're not going to tell us while people are interviewing head coaching candidates, the best ones,
Exactly.
to try to hire them. But you are going to milk it for headlines instead of going to try and hire the best coach. The business practices in a league that the margins are this. Between the Lions, the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Bills, the margins are this. And the Cowboys let this slip through 8 different cracks. They will never win the Super Bowl.
But you know,
And I promise.
They've been saying it. They'll never win a Super Bowl again. It'll never happen. And it never happened. Ron says 7-10 and 20th rank in the NFL. You sure showed us, Jerry. Give it up. Way to go, Ron. God dang, bro. Jerry Maz has came off. That's so true. One more time. And here's the deal, guys. And Jeff said it. He hit the nail on the head, man, basically.
Yeah.
And one reason he said that, and this is something that Cowboy Champ that I looked into as well. We know that Jerry Jones is our general manager. And if you didn't know, you've been living under a rock. But here's a kicker, man. And I was just watching a video of Stephen Jones, and they showed his title, vice president and CEO. But check this out, guys. Listen to this. Head of scouting and director of player personnel. We'll never win again. And I keep saying this, Fleabug and PR, you keep hearing me say this. You have businessmen making coaching decisions. They're carrying the title. They will not go out and get a general manager that specializes being a general manager. They will not go get a person that specializes being a scout. Stephen Jones, how can you scout anybody? But then not only that, but Stephen Jones is the director of player personnel.
Yep.
Like I say, y'all, we'll never. I hate that. Don't shoot the messenger, but go ahead, Peter.
And G, like we're gonna always sit up here and see who should be our next coach. We're always gonna sit up who should be our next quarterback. We're always gonna sit up. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have these discussions because those two are not gonna. They can't fire them, so we have to deal with it. So you have to bring in a coach. You have to bring in a quarterback that can deal with all of this, all of the mistakes they make, and that's just where we are. There's no perfect science for it.
And I'm not suggesting. Say that again,
I said there's no quick fix either.
No, it's not. When those guys, the two main guys are holding those three titles, we'll never win again. We'll never, ever win another Super Bowl because we've seen it. Jimmy Johnson was that type of coach that came through here, and you know what? It took him 2 seasons. He said, "I'm not putting up with this BS. I'm out of here." Then we brought another big name coach, Bill Parcells. 2 seasons. I'm out of here. So because they see the writing on the wall, your owner is the general manager, and your vice president, co-owner is your scout, over scouting, and the director of player personnel.
And the only reason we got pushed into the right direction and having a little bit of success was because of Parcells. We got the success of Jimmy, right? Did away with that. When Parcells came in, he got us on the right track to at least, better than what we were doing. And, and Jerry just, oh man, yeah, it's just, it's right there.
guys. I mean, listen. All I can tell you right now, man, is don't have high expectations, and it's just not going to happen. But before we get off here, let's go to we do have the schedule of the 2025 season. So if we don't plan on doing jack, we're gonna find ourselves in the same damn boat. So let me share this with you guys. So I know some of you guys might be let me oh wait a minute. I done lost it, I think. But yeah, this is bananas, man. Knowing that these two guys are in charge of everything. Everything, brother. You hear me,
And
PR Cowboy? Everything.
yeah, and we just talked about not giving Dak his money. If we didn't give him his money, we're not spending it anywhere else either. So I don't think we're doing nothing with that money. So regardless if we give out contracts or didn't, we're not spending that money because like I said before, we're a mom and pop store and we nickel and dime and that's what we do.
Yeah. Man, this is it's so frustrating. So the actual schedule won't be revealed until March, but here's a look at 14 different opponents the club will square off with, which we know this is the home away for versus the NFC East, which we already know who that is. Versus New York, we're 77 and 46 and 2 against New York. We have Philadelphia, which we're 71 to 57, and we have Washington, which we're 79 over 47 and tied 2 with Washington. So we know about those games. Then we have the 17th opponent, which later in the season will be playing the New York Jets. Okay. Then we're going to 4 games versus the AFC West. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And with that being said, the road games, yeah, the road games, the road games is Denver, Las Vegas Raiders, and the home games is Kansas City Chiefs and Los Angeles Chargers. Okay. Then we go on down to 4 games in the NFC North. Road games, Detroit Lions, and road game in Chicago against the Chicago Bears. Home games, Minnesota Vikings, Green Bay Packers. Then we have the Carolina Panthers again. And we also have the Arizona Cardinals. So this is something what our schedule might look like. You know, it's early, but yeah, that's what we got going on. So if we don't do anything, guys, expect the
That's
same results.
that's 10 playoff teams in that schedule, G, out of 17 games.
10. 10 playoff games. That means there's 10 500 teams that we got to face again. 10. And we don't have
And
no money.
it's,
We So anyway, man, that's where we are, man. We know that Mike McCarthy's contract is 611 is that too much this man, it's so my head is hurting right now, Ron. I really couldn't tell you, bro. I am so baffled. I am so baffled. We just don't know. Flea, but we don't know. So let's get into this and then we'll get on out of here. So if it's up to you, PR Cowboy, come draft time, where are you drafting? I mean, where is the need?
Oh my God.
I,
Everywhere.
The
I,
first pick. The
yeah,
first pick, we
it's
pick at 12. What are you gonna do?
it's everywhere. It's everywhere.
And it's
But
sad. You gotta
That's what
think
I'm
yeah,
saying.
about it.
but like I said, we'll of course as the season goes, we'll dig into this more and stuff. We'll have a list and all that. But right off the top of my head, right now, I would go best. I want the best player available that's going to have an impact on the team right away. I don't care if it's a safety, defensive lineman, running back, wide receiver, whatever the case it is. A guy that can come in, have an impact on the team right away.
Right. That's what's up. That's what's up. Flea Bug, what you got?
Uh,
What
what
do you
I
what do you
said, what I
want?
was mouthing, we need everything at this point.
Well,
Um,
that's not gonna work because you can't get everything with one pink flea
I
bug.
understand. I understand that, but at this, it's like what you've been saying for the last couple of weeks. It's the best player available at this point because okay, it starts with the number one person would be a quarterback, but we already know we're not going to draft a quarterback. So it's
That's
whatever it's
terrible.
gonna. Because at this point, if I had to choose, seriously, if it was up to me, and I would go for a quarterback, but we're not going to do that because we're not going to sit
Yeah.
that man.
Well, the
That
other
man
thing
in
too,
our spot.
the other part of that is we're number 12, and they're not gonna mortgage off
Yeah,
a whole lot of picks to
yeah.
move up to
I
get
mean,
that high to get one of those guys. So, yeah.
Right.
and that's
Right.
I was going to say, and that's another thing. What look, we don't even we're down on the list, so it's just whatever we can get at this point. That's gonna
Yeah.
and not somebody who's gotta. We need somebody who's gonna come in and be ready. Like
Yeah.
whatever position they have, they need to come in and they need to be killing it. They don't need no
Yeah.
kind of. They need to come in killing it. Point blank. Period.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't need
We ex-
anybody who's gonna come in and gonna have to. Oh, we're gonna have to work
we
on
was
them. We're gonna have.
expecting that from Mozzie Smith. We was expecting that from Tyler Guyton. I mean, this is what we keep doing. We keep doing the same damn thing, man. But
But I don't understand how. And this is, and I say this all the time. How as fans we know who to go after, or we can say, okay, this is who they need to get, and then they
yeah,
go do the total damn opposite of what
yeah,
everybody is saying.
it's crazy. Well, Jerry Jones said he has a lot of connections that he listened to, and maybe now you heard what I said. He said he has a lot of connection that he goes to, and maybe that's the
Probably his
problem.
grandkids.
Maybe that's the problem.
Probably
And
his
you guys,
grandkids.
yeah, and it could be. And that was a rumor. Somebody said if Will McClay leaves and he goes to another team, they're thinking about giving his job to Jerry Jones' grandson.
Hey, G, let's try to find out how to get adopted in this family somehow, man.
Does he have any daughters to marry? Because isn't that how Jason Garrett got in there?
Oh my gosh, we got to figure out something, dude. We got to infiltrate or something, bro. Some kind of way, hell, just to be the ball boy or something. And maybe we can influence him or something. I don't know, but man, this is bananas. But
You know
personally,
what? I got a single sister and a single sister-in-law. I'll see if we can get them in there somehow. Get us, see if we can,
yeah, we
so
need
we
to
can
try to
get some
work on
jobs
that.
for us.
Yeah, we need to work on that, man. See if we can't rub some elbows or come to the barbecue or something. Damn, this is ridiculous. But for me, man, I'm just this is what I think that's really needed. That's going to help us. Just to say, if Mike Zimmer stays, okay, and say if Mike McCarthy stays, and even if he doesn't, I really think that I think we need to get back to start drafting early, skill players. I mean, it just I feel that that's a need. We've been drafting the outside lineman, the linebackers, and things like that. But personally, what I would draft a receiver in this first round. I would draft the baddest receiver out there, and there's several of them out there. Because I mean, and I say that because we have CD Lamb, and who do we have after that? We don't. I mean, I like I do like Ryan Flanoy. I think he's a big body. We just don't have big receivers. That's your number two receiver. So I like Ryan Flanoy, but PR Cowboy, I think I want to go get me a big 6'3", 6'4" number two receiver, man. That's going to make a difference, man. It's going to help out CD Lamb, if that makes
Like I
sense.
said, G, if he can come in and just take over right away and be that second guy to CD, all for it, man. Like I said, I'm all for it. I think we're all for just a guy just coming in and being able to make an impact right away.
Yeah. Let's get in these comments before we get out of here because I want to make sure we get everybody's comments because I see several of them before we get out of here. Jerry has redefined the definition of stupidity. Give it up. Way to go, Ron. I appreciate that. Thank you, brother. I'm glad I'm not by myself. What else we got? Charles Miller said all the players are into their brand. No.
Yeah, that's part of it
Man,
too.
Charles, I've never seen so many people do the Dougie Fresh and the nay nay in the end zone. Then I mean, just everybody celebrating in the end zone. Oh, they dancing. Then dance. I made a touchdown. Yeah, I agree with you. There's a lot of them like they're into their brand in our football. Ron said, "How about Scatterboo in the second round?" That's a good question. That is a good question. I only thing about Scatterboo, he showed me. Did you see the game, PR Cowboy?
Yeah, yeah,
Only thing about Scatterboo, he ran out of gas in the fourth quarter. He was
yeah.
out of gas.
But like also too, it's going to not how the game is evolving. It's a 1-2 punch we need. So it's just not running back. If you decide to keep Rico, you need a guy to go along that
Okay.
can help. You're like just like Jamar Gibbs with David Montgomery in Detroit. Things like
Okay.
that. You see it like that. So
Okay. Yeah. And I see, but after what, and Scatterboo Mike could probably help. But
yeah, maybe
whatever it
I like
is,
the kid from Tennessee myself, the running
yeah.
back from Tennessee. But yeah,
I like the kid from North Carolina,
yeah.
Omarion Hampton. Yeah.
But hey, but G, we like a lot of those guys. We like a lot of running backs this last year's draft. G.
Yeah, you're right. We did, but we didn't get not one of them, did we? Oh my
Nope, we
God.
did it.
All right, what else we got down there, Fleabug?
I'm gonna show this one. This was an older comment.
Okay, with what Jerry spent on bringing Zeke back and putting Trey on the bench. Oh, gosh, that hurts already. We could have had King Henry, Barkley, or McCaffrey. You're so smart, Jerry. And that's what we're saying. Instead of you having people that specialize in those type of profession, you decide to make these decisions. And it's not your job to make these decisions. Your job is to sign the paychecks, bro. And this is why I say we will never, ever, ever win another Super Bowl. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's what it is. We won't. With this type of setup, nah, guys. What else we got?
That's it. I
Is
mean,
that the last one?
he
No,
asked what I mean. He was just basically, you had already talked about Scatterboo. He said he had over 200 yards. You would be tired too. And then he asked, so what receivers would you so what
I
receivers
like that
would you like?
Luther kid. That Luther kid. Oh man, what's his name? He's a big body, man. That's one I've been kind of watching. But there's several. The kids from Ohio State. They're big. They're big bodies. This is just give me somebody to compliment CD, man. Take a little bit. And I know we try to put. Keep trying to put Brandon Cook. Brandon Cook is a slot receiver. You trying to put him out wide. He's not going to get the 50-50 ball unless that ball is thrown perfect. What you think,
Yeah.
PR Cowboy?
No, yeah, Brandon Cooks. You need to throw a slant to him where he's catching the ball on the run or a deep threat. That's what he's doing. Not a comeback route or not a fade to
Damn.
him in the end zone. You need So you're right. We need a guy to complement CD better on the outside. We do. Yeah.
But here's the question, though. Now, how do y'all feel about Rico Dowdle? I mean, do you sign Rico Dowdle, or you just go to the draft and say, "Well, Rico, we're gonna let you go"? I mean, Fleabug, would you
I mean,
This
sign
is
Rico?
my okay. So this is my take on this. So we get somebody who's doing good, and they fool around and let him go. Then they go somewhere else, and then they freaking ball out. Just keep him for. I mean, we kept Dak. Why not keep Rico Dowdle to see what he can do? I mean, at this point,
Yeah,
what are you losing if you? I mean, just my thing is we don't use we don't use the tools that we
resources.
have. We don't.
Yeah,
yeah,
We
no,
just don't.
no, yeah.
And that's where we mess up. Like and I don't want to go back to several years ago or when we lost people because okay, so this is the 24. I want to say it was the 22 year maybe. We really should have went to the Super Bowl that year maybe. And then we said in 23 we should have really went to the Super Bowl. And then when we have the players that are doing good, we fool around and let them go. And then we're back at not square one, but almost.
Pretty much.
We don't we
But
don't we don't we don't replenish. What it's like we
No.
we
don't.
just
Like,
completely just get away with them, and
Well,
that's
that's
yeah,
that's
crazy.
that's where the dead money comes in at. That's why we owe $27 million in dead money because we'll bring a person in on a 3-year contract and get 1 year out of them. We still owe boss man fat money. Drive, Mr. Drive By. We still owe him $750,000.
And okay,
That's
when you think of
crazy.
huge contracts, that's not a lot, but it is a lot because those little amounts add up, and it keeps us
$27
from
million
being able to
we have
pay.
to pay out.
Yeah,
27 million. That's a lot of money for
that
players
is.
that's not even playing here anymore.
And
What the
then
crap?
and then it keeps us from getting anybody that's worth because they're
You
wanting
can't
money.
afford them.
We can't.
And then you got 87 this season. We had $87 million sitting on injury reserve. And nothing against the players themselves, but $87 million on injury reserve.
Ron has got some pretty good comments, and I don't know
Bring it up.
about who's Lance's
How
brother.
about trading Lance for his brother as a receiver? Yeah. He's out of North Dakota State too. But the thing about it, we can't trade Lance. Lance is free agent. He can walk. And the way he's talking, I don't even think he wants to come back. I don't blame him. I would have
I
left
hope
all
he
my
does
stuff. I
walk.
would have left all my stuff in the locker, and I would have left everything.
I'm with you. I
Money.
hope he walks.
And
Me
what's
too.
gonna
I
get
hope
me
Cooper Rush walk. I hope both of them
I
what's
hope
walk.
gonna
Cooper walks.
and what's gonna get me is if Trey Lance walks and he goes
Don't say
somewhere.
that. Don't
Okay.
say that.
Well,
Don't
I'm
say
going
that.
to, and he gets
Yeah.
somewhere, and they let him play, and he.
And I'm scared it might happen. You see, I think PR Cowboy. This is what I think.
My thing is,
I,
they didn't give him a chance.
I think, but see, and that's the thing too. Look at Jared Goff and Stafford. They had to switch teams and fit into a system that the coaches understand their strengths, and both of them are playing lights out. Bradford. I mean, was it Stafford? What's his name?
Yeah, Matthew Stafford. You can look at Sam
What's his
Darnold in
name?
Minnesota right
What's
now.
his name? What's his name? Stafford.
You talking about Matthew Stafford?
Matthew
Or you talking
Stafford.
about?
The dude
Yeah.
had to leave Detroit to go to the Rams to win a Super Bowl. Jared Goff had to leave the Rams to go to the Lions to play the way he's
Yeah.
playing. Hey,
Yeah.
appreciate you, Ron, man. Thanks. Hey, give it up for
And
Ron, man, for hanging out with us, man. We appreciate you. Make sure you come back through and check us out again, man. Thanks a lot.
Make sure you go hit the like button and subscribe and share it with your friends, Ron. Share
Yeah,
it
for
with your
sure.
friends.
look at Sam Darnold, 27 years old. He came out as a rookie at 21, 22, and it took him 6 years to find a
Become the player
system to
he is.
get it
Yeah.
going. And look, and I'm not saying like you said, like we're paying Dak this money, whatever. But even if Trey would at least got his opportunity, and you can say like, hey, this guy can be our number two next year, going into next year. That way, if Dak gets hurt again, hey, we can insert this guy right away. Or hey, if Dak gives us like a Romo situation, gets hurt early in the year, and Trey Lance takes it and runs with it. We don't know, but we have to have somebody in place. Like if we're not going to draft a first round quarterback, we need a young guy in place that
Damn.
at least gives us an
Okay, Ron
opportunity.
is saying that Trey was a bust. I don't. Ron, I'm
Well,
sorry. I don't agree with
no.
you.
No.
We'll never know.
Well, here's the deal. Here's the deal. And I kind of see what Ron's talking about because the level of competition, and we got to remember, Trey Lance only started with, I think, 13 games at the most or something like. He had very little snaps but that falls back on the 49ers because the 49ers is the one that thought he was this guy that needed to be drafted at the third pick. I don't know what they saw in it. So Trey is just being the player that he is, but the 49ers built him up to what they thought he was. Again, as far as the rep, what was the quarterback that played for Washington? Was it Washington? And he got killed off the freeway. What was his name?
He got what?
Oh, you're talking, yeah. Was it Haskin or the one the kid
Haskins.
from Ohio State, right? Yeah,
Haskins.
yeah,
And when they picked him like number one pick or something like that, but he never panned out. But Urban Meyer, who he played for at Ohio State, he said people are expecting too much from this kid. He only started 13 games. So it's the organization that brings these players in. They expecting these big expectations when they're not developed yet. What you got,
It's
PR?
this whole thing. It's this whole thing we live in this time of day. Gee,
Yeah,
it's us not having to watch commercials, right? You can record your show and fast forward to where you need to get to, right? Watch the
yeah,
whole show in less time. This is the same thing in life where we're at with these players.
yeah,
It's like, hey, because you see some players do it right away, boom, success.
yeah, yeah.
But
So just like
it's just not like that for everybody.
yeah, and just like Ron said, Trey came into the league at 19. He wasn't ready, and and I can understand that. But again, who made him who he was the 49ers. And for whatever reason, oh, we're gonna go get him. We're gonna go get him for ourselves, and all we did was held him hostage. That was one other one. Let me see. I wanted to bring this one up. Hold on, just real quick. Oh yeah, Ron said this one here. The Cowboys are terrible with player development. You think? That's because the director of player personnel is Stephen Jones. Wait a minute, I
How
got something.
fast is
Huh?
I said, how fast is Stephen Jones 40? How's he? Is he out there doing drills with these?
Wait a minute, I got something for Stephen. Oh man, but anyway, yeah, man, that's where we are, guys. I appreciate everybody coming through tonight, man. But again, this is straight barbershop talk. This is not edited or anything. This is just unfiltered talk, what we do on Wednesday night. But you can also catch the podcast on Saturdays. You can also catch it on Monday nights as well. So we're gonna always have something on this channel. But again, thank you guys. And do us a favor, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you share this video, and also continue to send your comments, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you will be notified when the next video is posted. So, PR Cowboy Fleabug, y'all got any last words before we get out of here?
Pray for
I got
us
nothing, G. Just
Cowboys.
yes, yeah.
Just pray.
All right, y'all. Thanks again, man. Hey, we did really well tonight. Again, make sure you hit that subscribe button because our job is to bring you facts and bring you some good content with this. None of this is script. None of this is script. We are diehard Cowboy fans as yourself. And we're not giving any script to share with you. We are coming from facts and things that we have researched. So again, thank you guys. Again, like I always say, continue to stay safe and be blessed.